Trained by JP Pumpage, the best non-stim pre-workout on the market. The goal of Pumpage is to give you a pre-workout that has flexibility. Usually if you go for a stim pre, you can't take it at certain times of the day. Whereas with non-stim, you can take it first thing in the day, you can take it the last thing at night, and you'll still be able to sleep. Most importantly, you're driving nutrients to where they need to be during training. This is gonna give you the pump, the mind-muscle connection you need to have fantastic training with no come down and no crashes. Also, it contains Trained by JP's own cell swell matrix, which is a combination of free-form citrulline, taurine, and betaine. If you're looking for flavor recommendations on Pumpage, my go-to is orange and mango blast. So get yours today at trainedbyjp.com.
Yes guys, I'm Finn.
I'm Josh.
My name is Noah.
Hi guys, I'm Mark. This is Natural Physique Coaching.
Take your time, get nice and wide. We wanted to bring a coaching team to the table to help people achieve the highest level results possible naturally under our guidance.
Too many people think that they have to start taking performance-enhancing drugs to achieve a high-level physique. We want to prove to you that you can do it naturally and achieve the physique that you've always dreamed of.
We are here to deliver the best coaching service, all the way from lifestyle clients to building pro-level physiques.
We're here to deliver elite level coaching and achieve life-changing results. That's the one.
Not everyone understands what this sport truly means. The pain, the focus, the fire inside. You fall. You fail. You doubt, and yet you rise. Because this is what you do. You push through pain. You fight through fear. You show up when no one's watching. Every movement starts with a vision. It begins with passion. The NBW International is more than a competition. It's about giving back to the sport that shaped us, to the community that believed in us, to the journey that made us who we are. Now, it is your moment. Let a new era begin. This is NBW International 2025.
Hello guys, and welcome back to section 3. Jack just taking a selfie of his coffee then.
Some product placements.
Triple parked. Obviously a bougie coffee, Monster and water. But yeah, welcome back to section 3. So we are kicking off this section with Junior Classic Physique very shortly. As always, thank you for every single person tuning into the live stream today. Please share, tag us, do everything that you can to get us out there, because this is coming to you free. Thanks to all the sponsors.
If you are going to get a screenshot, get it now so I can get the... There we go.
Jack with the timing. And if you've already taken one, go back and take that one so we look a little bit better.
And just a quick thank you to everyone tuning in. You know, we've spoken to people during the break, and it sounds like it's going down very, very well. You know, everyone associated with this event is very happy with how the live stream's going, and you know, obviously this is the first run of it. So, you know, give us some positive feedback. You know, let us know on the live stream what you want to see, what you want to hear, just so we can make this event even greater than it already is. So, kicking off with Junior Classic, I predict this is going to be a very competitive class.
Yeah, I agree. We're seeing some people that we have potentially already seen earlier on today, because they are allowed to cross over categories. Will being one of them, who took the title of teen bodybuilding champion this morning, and looks amazing in Classic as well, which we knew that he would, but absolutely filling the stage. So don't worry that you can't see them all yet. They will move them over in a second. But yeah, this is going to be a great class.
So already, I know, you know, we've been to shows already this year. I've seen a few of these competitors already. So, you know, clearly these are experienced competitors, even at a junior level. You know, some of them have had probably a long dieting phase as well to get them to where they are now. Will being one of them, which is why he's in the condition he is.
And he's obviously a teen, remember,
but I think that's
juniors.
testament to him as well.
Yeah.
To be so young and to have dieted for so long, but still holding the muscle.
Like
it doesn't seem like he's faded at all this year.
No.
If anything, he's got better. So shout out to him, also to his coach Talib as well.
Yeah, done a great job with him.
Very good job there.
Really,
because
really
there's nothing worse than having a very good young athlete and then their experience of bodybuilding kind of being dampened by a poor prep.
For sure, I agree.
So I think, you know, with how well he's done this year, it'll just catapult his career, because I'm sure he already can't wait to get back and compete as a junior whenever that may be.
For sure. So they've split them into two. We've seen this a few times today, just to get a good look at everyone. So this won't be the first call out. This will just be them essentially having a first look. Then they'll bring the other guys out and then decide where they go from there.
So I believe this is actually a full foreign call out.
Oh wow, yeah, it is. So we've got 87 on the far right, Germany, then Netherlands, France, UAE, then Netherlands again. So that is pretty cool.
Not a short trip from the gentleman Mohammed coming over from the UAE.
No. But thank you for coming, and
Yes.
obviously I'm sure you have some spectators probably watching on the live stream. You know, I know traveling is very difficult, which is why we have this live stream. So yeah, shout out to you guys if you're watching. Please let us know. So initial thoughts on this first set of guys, Jack. What are you thinking?
I think
far left is great.
The problem is, I think some of the gentlemen in the other call out will expose a lot of these competitors in the conditioning department. You know, some of these guys have great shape. German on the far right has a great shape.
He's very tall as well, and you know, the problem with the junior is when you're that tall, you have a lot to fill out, which takes a lot of time. So seeing a junior of that size with, you know, a relatively decent amount of muscle filling the frame is credit to that.
As I say about conditioning, that gentleman turns around, he has incredible hamstrings and glutes there, as you can see.
Really good.
But that's the problem, though, when you get to this stage now where the standard is so high.
You have to have that.
You have to have that, yeah. You know, in previous years, 5+ years ago, you wouldn't really see glute.
No.
I think, you know, I think where I got a little bit of a name for myself was when I first competed in, you know, I'm going to sound old now, 2016, 2017. There were no juniors or younger competitors that had striated glutes.
Yeah.
You know, I walked out on stage and straight away had glutes. So that you know was a trajectory for me. But that's kind of the
Jack basically saying that he set the standard for glutes. So it was all Jack, no one else, just Jack.
But that has become the standard, and almost to a detriment now, because sometimes people chase glutes.
Yeah, and then they lose other body parts from
things.
that.
Yeah.
In terms of the live stream, someone's asked what category. This is Junior Classic Physique. So yeah, that's that one. So we've got the second set of guys here. If you are just tuning onto the live stream, we haven't done a call out yet. This is just the second look, like the first look at everyone, because it's a very big class. There's 9 boys on stage, unless I can't do maths. I think there's 9 boys on stage.
Okay, so straight away now, Will, who we've seen already today, I believe Gabriel next to him as well. He's competed multiple times this year. He's a phenomenal athlete. Has a very classic look about him as well. And then even the gentleman next to him as well, far left, has a great look as well. This is a very competitive call out
Really
here already.
good.
You know, to be honest, this is probably going to be boys in the first call out. So this is essentially a first call out here. They may throw 1 or 2 in from the other.
See, even this now, you can see potentially a little bit more comparable from the front, but as soon as they turn the back is where, you know, they say the old saying shows a one from the back, but it really is the case of that. When they turn to the back, you just highlight who lifts heavy and who doesn't. Really.
I think, you know, classic, it's slightly different, but you know, you still can't have missing body parts, can you?
Yeah.
You know, here Will is so impressive.
And it's really nice to see like Will posing classic, because you know the problem with some people when they cross over categories is they won't adjust their posing. But if you are doing another category, you have to pose to that. So you can do your vacuums in classic and stuff like that. You can stay like slightly off center with your legs, which is it's great to see. It's really strong.
Yeah. So I think, you know, if I'm to give Gabriel some pointers moving forward, from the front, fantastic shape. The back isn't really exposed in the front either. It's more when he turns to the back. So, you know, in the off season, a little bit more work on the back side, but it's all there. You know, from the physique, it's got a fantastic physique. And also at the end of the day, we are commenting when he stood next to a very good athlete.
Yeah,
which is, you know, Will
that's
there.
that's the difficulty. Like Will he's excelled this season. You know, he's phenomenal. Especially he's a teenager. Reminder that he's up there with older boys as well, and he's holding his own. But you know, all of the guys on that stage are phenomenal junior classic athletes.
I think the good thing about I will stop talking about him. But a good thing with Will is he's training out of EP. He's training around a lot of very good natural bodybuilders as well.
Yeah, for sure. And the your environment really does, make such a difference. So this will be the first call out now.
So I believe mostly made up of those 4, but then we'll bring in potentially the German and the Dutch gentleman from the other class, the other lineup potentially.
Yeah. we've had another compliment that our live stream is better than that of the Olympia. So we are winning. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Who's commentating on the Olympia?
Don't know.
It's not AJ Kelly Roberts, is it? I'm not sure.
Not sure.
Okay, so yeah, as predicted, really.
Yeah.
Just running with the 5.
So, Jack, I guess you're probably better off explaining this than I am. What are judges looking for in Classic? What are your main pointers for judging it?
Okay, so obviously it's adapted from bodybuilding, so we're looking for a little bit more of the shape of things. You know, the smaller waist gets rewarded a lot more, hence why a lot of athletes bring in the vacuum to accentuate the small waist, wide lats, flaring quads. That's kind of the look we're looking for. You know, Will in the middle there is somewhat epitomising that, really. You know, some athletes like to throw in twists to certain poses. That's a lot more common practice within Classic, but the reason for that is to accentuate the shape and the flow. So a lot more focus gets put on the posing side of things. It's not quite rewarded in terms of, it's not on the category like posing out of 10, but it definitely helps. You know, you may even notice that they hit poses slightly different. For example, I don't know if any of the athletes will do it here, but a side chest, typically in Classic, quite often people will keep a much more of a higher rib cage, whereas in bodybuilding quite often they're crunching over with it. Also, within the Classic physique, it's the ab and thigh, they also request you hit it with a vacuum as well, whereas in open bodybuilding, especially with the UKDFBA, they actually really don't like you to hit it. I think that quite a few people have been pinged by that before.
Told off for it.
Because, you know, technically it is an ab and thigh, whereas when you're vacuuming, you're not displaying any abdominal development.
Cool, thank you. He's behind you.
I'd probably agree with this.
Me too.
call out.
Yeah. I think the gentleman on the far right that keeps getting moved around, I think, unfortunately for him, the other guys are pipping him on condition today in a lot of the shots. But I guess, like you've already said, you know, Classic really is about shape, and I think the other ones just have that slightly nicer taper.
Yeah, and I think if you have naturally a very good shape, you don't need to be altering your posing too much.
No.
Like you'll notice far right here, twists a lot into his posing.
Yeah.
Will just has that great waist anyway and flaring lats, so he doesn't need to play around with the poses too much. Also, I think he's a bodybuilder through and through, so he's not he didn't plan to do this class, so he hasn't changed his posing too much for it. So
what are your thoughts? I know it gets talked about quite a lot on the female side of things, because I think crossovers are a little bit more common, but what are your thoughts on potentially the same winner for bodybuilding also winning Classic? Because then I guess the argument is, how can they be both? I've got my opinion, but what's yours?
I think when we're talking about Classic and open, it's an easy switch over really, because you've got to think that Classic physique has actually come from us competitors wanting to look like open bodybuilders of the 80s, for example. So it's actually come from what the open bodybuilders used to look like. So, and it's kind of getting away from more of the open bodybuilding. This is more in the enhanced realm, where kind of waists got out of control through excessive eating and drug use. So they wanted to kind of bring it back. Open bodybuilding will still be number one, but they wanted to have another class that was a bit more appealing to everyone.
Yeah, and potentially letting different types of people.
So realistically, if you have a good amount of muscle mass, you have a good waist, you will do well in Classic, but you should also do well in bodybuilding as well. Because it's not as if they ask for less conditioning in Classic. It's not quite like, whereas in female it's
very different.
They want different things. They want you know, either more muscle. Like someone's not going to lose classic because they have too much muscle.
No.
They might get docked if their waists are too big, for example, but not if they have too much muscle. But you'd get docked in men's open if your waist was too big anyway.
Yeah,
so it's slightly different from a men's perspective.
Yeah, and I think, you know, from like in these cases with like juniors, we know like Will, to be honest, he could probably get on any category and win because he is an outstanding bodybuilder in general. As you kind of progress into the more open kind of categories, you're less likely to see the same person winning both, in my opinion, because that's where you do get, like Jack was saying, people that have planned for a certain category. They've nailed a pose exactly for, you know, that category and stuff like that. But I think at a junior level, when you have such an outstanding athlete, they could probably walk into any category and take the win. But all good athletes, you know. We haven't really seen like a single person today that's turned up like out of shape.
Sometimes you do get that when you almost get second-hand embarrassment for an athlete.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one of those today.
No,
So that's a testament to everyone today. You know, Standard's been fantastic. And also shout out, this is an absolute banger of a remix as well.
Yeah, it's good.
You won't get to see it here, but from the side, we actually get to see some pretty cool lighting of the athletes. At the moment, it's from behind, so I'm not admiring some male's glutes here. But the lighting, it's very different, but it gives it quite a cool look. You get to see conditioning quite up close because we're next to the stage here. And probably the best lighting, this always happens, the best lighting on the day is if you look to the far left of the stage, quite often the smoke and the down lighting gives some very good pictures there. So if you are ever an athlete on stage and you're at the side, you can get some quite good pictures there.
Pictures, especially here with like the 360 cameras that are literally everywhere, all around the building.
And also that means if you are at the side of stage, don't relax and sit there with your stomach out.
It's the worst thing. Just sat there like, you know, you're still being watched, so stay on all of the time. It's literally nothing worse than standing on the stage like looking like you just want to get off and go for food or something.
Yeah, I have told this story on my Instagram before, but I have managed to bring myself back in. It's the only time I've ever not got first call out. Got put on the side of stage and I posed like I wanted to be back in first call out.
And you got brought back.
And I could tell the judges were actually watching me more than they were the first call out, and I actually got brought forward. So, you know, if you are not in the first call out or you are at the side of the stage, make sure you stay professional and keep your posing.
100%.
Look at the camera work here. It's fantastic.
Insane.
So, this gentleman here, I believe it's Christopher from Germany, I believe.
Yeah.
You can tell this gentleman loves classic bodybuilding. Yeah. A lot of what he does is very intentional towards the classic division. So, you know, and he's got a good amount of muscle, still just quite like naturally a smaller individual, so I think it's going to take some time, but definitely one for the future, I think.
100%. You know, some people just love the posing, love the category. He's got great presentation.
That looks fantastic.
Amazing. It's an art, isn't it? You know, classic especially.
I was actually quite impressed when I did my routine in 2022. I actually managed to get a pirouette, nice little spin around.
Oh, check you out.
That's about as good as we got, but
it's when people do like the splits and stuff. Like it could never be me. Absolutely not.
Well, did you see when there was that uproar when two boys were doing backflips on stage? Yeah.
But imagine they tear something doing that.
Well, the reason why there was such an uproar about it was because I believe it was a show in Brazil. I believe a gentleman did that and fell very awkwardly and actually passed away.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so you've got to think what are the legalities of that? What's the the federation? Does it come back on them? So that's why there was such a fuss about it. See here, Dylan from the Netherlands. To me, on his own,
he looks awesome.
Looks fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's like you said earlier, very tall gentleman. Just needs time to fill that frame out because I think it's all there for him really. He looks great.
Yeah, you're just unlucky when you're that tall.
Just needs more.
Just time.
Look at that that's great.
Yeah, like great condition.
So anyone affiliated or associated with Dylan van Manen? That's probably pretty good.
I reckon that's pretty good.
you know, just tell him, keep at it. You know, it's all there.
Yeah,
few more,
just time,
you know,
and
2 year off season or whatever. He's clearly young. He's in junior.
Great potential for the future, for sure. That's a cool name. Maximilian Zerodu.
You forgot to say it like Maximilian Zerodu.
I'm not going to try any accents. And he is from France.
See, you see here. There's a nice bit of shape here as well. This is kind of like a more of a good classic look. Just needs more muscle, maybe a little bit more conditioning again.
Yeah, I think it's difficult because he unfortunately is on stage with a lot of very well conditioned guys, and you know, if you look at him walking in the streets, you think, wow, he's lean, but then unfortunately you put him on a bodybuilding stage against people that have 0% body fat, and then you do kind of start to see the differences. So again, it's just, I think for him, I probably wouldn't chase condition this season. It would be a case of going away, packing on some tissue, and then you can get conditioned with that. With dieting experience, you know, they're still young. We would never have seen, you know, the sort of condition we have today in juniors like 15, 20 years ago. So.
Number 91 from the United Arab Emirates is Mohammed Abdullah Al-Alali.
Okay, so another foreign athlete, probably the furthest travelled.
Yeah, I guess there's some from America and Ghana. How far's Ghana on a plane? Don't know.
Oh, very good tune though. Got Cayman Islands as well. I do regret I had the opportunity to go and compete in the Cayman Islands.
You know, I've never done a show abroad.
Well, I don't regret it in the fact that I didn't go to the Cayman Islands. I regret it because the gentleman that went instead of me got a pro card because the class was fairly average.
Oh no, devastating.
and I know I'm better.
Would have been yours.
But I think what actually happened when the team was out there was a bit of a storm, so they got delayed coming back, and that was a few weeks before I went to the WNBF World, so that probably would have thrown a massive spanner in the works. Because imagine getting delayed out when you're like prepping and stuff.
Yeah, oh, that would have been awful.
Especially Cayman Islands. I don't think it's, you know, there's probably, you know, good cities there, but you're probably stuck in the middle of nowhere.
It's
really.
probably not able to do a lot.
Talking of which, in a week on Monday,
Where are you going?
I am going to Dominica for 2 weeks.
Oh wow! To be fair, in 2 weeks we're going to Florida, so I would be jealous, but I'm also excited to go away as well.
Well, I'm somewhat nervous about going because it's technically a third world country, even though it is known as the green country because it's meant to be the most green country in the world. Oh, from a scenery perspective, it's meant to be incredible, but from a gym perspective.
Oh no! Oh no!
I don't really know. I have scouted a few out, but it's going to be a challenge to say the least. But
it'll be good though. So without fail, someone will post a Skyfall. So here it is. I mentioned this morning. Here is your Skyfall for the day. Hopefully, it's the only Skyfall for the day.
Quinton, is it Quinton from the Netherlands, I believe?
Nothing against it. It's a beautiful song. It's just.
But have you ever noticed that none of the foreign competitors ever pose to foreign songs?
Yeah.
No.
It is a nice posing song though, so.
Number 83 from Switzerland is Robin Nederberger.
So Jack and I have a peach monster today. Let me know if any of you want to join in the chat of what your favourite monster flavour is. I like hearing your guys' thoughts. This actually isn't my favourite. My favourite one's the green one, but we've got peach today.
More of a coffee man myself.
Me too. I don't really drink monsters, but it got handed to me, so I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
Thanks, Carl, by the way.
Relatively long day, so we're going to pass it up. You know, here again, a great base, really. You know, probably, you know, not going to win this by any stretch, but like,
yeah,
it's all there as well. The shape's great.
Yeah, just time, which, you know, as a junior, I always say it's like the best feedback to have is time, because you've got everything, you just need to make everything better, and then, you know, it's the difference between placing outside the top 5 and in the top 3, really.
Yeah, like when I was in juniors, I got told you don't have a great structure. So I was thinking, oh, fantastic. What do I do from here?
Great.
I can't really change that. I'll just go back 22 years and come out slightly different.
Come out the womb with a slightly different shape.
But if you have great structure already, prime example, you know, there's so much ahead of you. Because if you love bodybuilding, it's just a matter of time. Just keep doing what you're doing.
And as AJ was saying earlier, you know, even if you don't have the best structure, you can still make your shape so much better with time. You just have to work that little bit harder to kind of overcome those sorts of hurdles. But yeah, Will here on stage, again, absolutely phenomenal. Like, we can't say enough about Will, because genuinely he deserves it, and he deserves every comment that he's having. It looks absolutely incredible.
Be quite interesting to see, obviously, you know, for a teen, he's of a very good level, but, you know, in previous years, we've had very good teens as well.
Yeah,
Josh Campbell,
yeah. It'd be interesting to see them next to each other.
And Jacob Tipper, so it would have been fantastic to see those three, all previous champions. I think
together.
I know Will didn't win overall, but I know
Josh did,
and Jacob.
I mean, Will was very close, and to win best wheels at BMBF as a teen in a final.
So seeing those three up against each other would be fantastic.
Insane. So we have some monster flavours. We've got Ruby Red and Lando Norris. They're both good. Both good. I'm glad I didn't say white, because everyone says white, and I think it's so boring.
But then again, I'd much rather someone in the chat tell me about their favourite coffee bean or favourite brand. Whilst I'm sitting on the best that Sheffield has to offer. Husk coffee.
Husk.
Shout out.
I've not tried it. Jack didn't bring me one, so how rude, right?
So Beth did another one. So, a fantastic athlete in his own right here. Especially side shot. That shot's fantastic.
Really good shot.
It's like we said, just a little bit more from the back. That's it. Gabriel.
Yeah, it's tough for him, because, you know, if Will wasn't there, I think it would be like, it's just when you have someone that good, it makes you almost then look worse, which is a shame. But
these are fantastic shots.
Phenomenal, yeah.
And also, I believe he's had a relatively long year as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
So it's like, has his back maybe faded a little bit because he's been in condition for so long? And you know, these younger guys, they don't have mature muscle, so it doesn't stick around as long, especially if in a long dieting phase. So, you know, a very bright future for him though.
Right, I'm just going to show Jack some of these comments, because they're all for him now. There you go, you can have a little read about your little lovely coffee chat.
Dom Lifts, have you ever been to Federal in Manchester? I tried to before, but the queue was absolutely huge. I believe that's actually overhyped though. For me, best coffee in Manchester so far, just between friends, even though that's a little bit kind of Instagram famous, but for me that's probably one of the best, I'd say. You're spoiled for choice in Manchester on all fronts: coffee, food, shopping. If I went out for food in Manchester, dangerous.
Damage.
Dangerous. Best coffee in Leeds. Sorry that we've turned this into a coffee chat, but you know, at the end of the day in bodybuilding, especially when you're prepping, you're limited to things really. Like at the age of 17, I'd never had a coffee in my life. I used to say to people, how can you enjoy coffee? And then I got hooked. It's just little things though, you know. There are very few things that taste fairly good with 0 calories, which is why the monsters are a big thing within bodybuilding as well.
Yeah.
So best coffee in Leeds, I am going to say Raw Coffee. They also have a very cute French bulldog on site as well, which
I'm
helps.
sold. Anything with a dog, I'm done. I'm going.
It's a very good coffee there, Raw Coffee. There's also Kapow. I think it's decent. Now and again, they throw in an odd bad coffee. So, but if you want like staple, Raw is a very good. It's a very aesthetic coffee shop as well. But
there you go.
We can. I believe that's the coffee questions
that's
answered.
the coffee questions.
Right, we are
in for
normal.
Back to
Yeah.
back to bodybuilding chat. Also, Ollie, yeah, to be fair, I only have them if I'm dieting. I don't have them in prep though, because calories. Like 7 calories in a monster. God.
I just find this is, in terms of like bodybuilding perspective here, I'm very in tune with how I feel after certain things.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because I'm not used to it, but straight away, just reading the comments. Straight away that when I have any fizzy drink, I feel a slight, is it look at the production, slight distension, kind of, definitely not a tight feeling in my midsection. Within bodybuilding, you want to keep your midsection as tight as possible. So this is me being very picky. But if you are someone that has a poor midsection, you want to be minimizing the amount of sort of issues you have around that. So for me, especially if you're close to show, I would be reducing your sort of caffeinated beverages down, because I
definitely know in peak week, like, get them out.
If you're burping after certain things, it's not a good sign.
Tell him, Jack. Jack's getting angry now.
I never burp ever. the second I have a Pepsi Max or something like that, I'll hiccup or burp straight away.
Hiccup or burp. There you go. We were just taking a moment then to appreciate. You guys can see it on my story in a second. I'll post it. But from where we're sat, we can see like the view of like 6-7 different cameras, and it looks absolutely unreal. Literally so cool. As the boys are enjoying their pose down, I think they're holding their pose down a little bit, probably to tally up the results. Yeah. It means it's quite close.
Sean Spence, how are we? It's good to hear from you. Favourite coffee bean? Gatehouse Coffee Roasters. Campfire Blend, very specific. Only available at Blend Coffee Shop in Perth. Well, that goes out the window then, because I love my coffee, but I'm not travelling all the way up to Perth just for that. I've been there once or twice.
You'll have to post in one.
However,
I was in Perth the other week.
However, Perth is actually a lovely place.
Right then, what are we saying, guys? Well, we've kind of already said, but
it'd be great to see Will get the double.
The double, yeah. And then I wonder what he'll come back in the overall as, because obviously he'll have to pick surely a team.
It would have been quite interesting to see him in juniors as well.
Yeah, I think he would have done very well.
This incredible lineup, 5th place. Goes home to the Netherlands and Quinten Nagel.
AJ back on the medals. Lovely to see.
Must be quite warm on the stage.
I know, where's our heater now? I'm getting a bit cold.
Don't mention it. They'll turn it back on. Okay, so German in 4th.
Very nice.
It's just like we said, just time with him.
Yeah, Cat's a very good
He has the
lineup.
appearance of very young.
He looks very young, doesn't he?
He could be. Because who knows? There's not a teen.
Yeah.
There's not a teen classic. So who knows? He could be teen.
Number 95, Gabriel Nyla.
Okay, so 3rd place for Gabriel.
For the UK.
The silver medal. And your runner-up today is 96, Brody Asgard.
Looks like Will's taking the double. Well, we knew that. A UK top 3, hey?
Yeah, UK top 3.
Very nice.
And now double NBW International Champions.
He's got £100 to spend at Trinity now as well. Perfect. What cream of rice flavour is it? I can see Jack literally tilting his head at the screen, figuring it out. Oh, the name's in the way. Is that banana? Chocolate?
Is it surely not chocolate banana?
It looks like a chocolate with...
Do you know what? Underrated.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember before it was like one of the only ones available, so I risked it. It's actually not bad.
It looks like a chocolate banana.
It is, you know. Chocolate
Look
banana.
at me. But yeah, just a little note to all the guys that didn't crack the top 5 on this one. Like it was a very good class, and I think, you know, I've seen some people coming off the stage that haven't managed to make those top 5s, and it's natural to be disappointed. You know, everybody does a show to want to win. At least I would hope they would want to win. But the standard has been literally unreal. So yeah, it's one of those where you're not in a lineup that's bad, which is really difficult. It makes it harder then to separate people as well.
I think in terms of bodybuilding, especially with how good the standard is now, it sounds very cliche. You just have to be better than you were last time.
Yeah,
as long as you are, you've done your job.
Yeah.
You can't be disheartened if you're better than you were previously.
Yeah, because like everyone has that one saying they like, but mine is like control what you can control.
Yeah.
And as long as you've controlled everything that you can control, like you cannot do anything else. So that keeps me sane. I'd like to see him chucked in the open, you know, just open men. Like, obviously he's going to be doing that at the overall anyway,
Yeah.
but I think it'd be really cool.
I think obviously from a conditioning standpoint, you'll be there.
Yeah, it's
Shape
just size.
wise, you'll be there. It's just be size. That's literally all it is.
Cool. So next up we have junior men's physique. So yeah, second men's physique of the day, I believe. Yeah, we had masters earlier.
So 4 competitors here.
2 from the UK, 2 from Ireland. Oh, 3? Maybe one's not coming. 3. We'll figure out who's not here now.
Oh, if I was doing the Olympia commentary, poor. So straight away, a very impressive class here, especially for juniors.
Kat, do you mean you'll be doing men's physique? Wait, what? No?
So Zena, first impressions.
Oh, sorry, I haven't even looked up yet. I'm too engrossed in this live stream chat. First impressions left.
I'm instantly drawn to far left.
100%. It just stand out. Do you know what as well? Before even looking at their physiques, he's glazed the best.
The glaze makes such a difference.
Yeah,
such a difference.
If once you've got that nailed, you know it stands out. Or even from the back, lovely condition. Yeah, far left for me, then followed by the one on the right, then followed by the middle.
I think within men's physique, sometimes they're able to present a much more fuller physique than some of them open bodybuilding, because they don't have to. Quite often men will struggle to get into conditioning through like the glutes, hamstrings. So these gentlemen don't need to chase that conditioning. So it favours the boys that have a leaner upper body naturally, so that their up top's already conditioned, so they don't need to push down as much to get the lower body in. So, you know, for example, far right here, look at the size through the delts. Whereas if he was to maybe be competing in bodybuilding and he had to suck down to get the lower body in,
he'd probably end up losing a lot of that top half.
Yeah, which is why quite often you'll see men's physique boys, even at the top level, with massive chests, massive back, because they don't have to quite get to that the lower body conditioning.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they'll still be in incredible condition, especially the top boys, but because Josh Corgan's definitely going to comment on the live stream after that.
If he's still on here, he'll probably tell us everything we say is rubbish. But yeah, I guess just as a comparison as well, we've spoke about posing quite a lot already, but the gentleman on the far left, I think, unfortunately, he is smaller than the other guys, but his posing is also not helping him in comparison. Yeah. He's not highlighting so much.
Not flaring the lats, for example.
But for him, it will just be a case of more muscle packed on everywhere to be competitive against the other two guys.
I think that also comes into a confidence thing as well. Like if you just look at him, you can tell he's not quite as confident, because at the end of the day, he's been backstage, he's seen his competitors pumping up.
Yeah, Kat, on the live stream, if you want to do men's physique, we can make that happen. But you are definitely a figure girl.
In this day and age, you can do whatever you want.
You can identify as a men's physique competitor if you want to. But no, you are a great figure athlete. Cool. So yeah, I think me and Jack are in agreement about this category. Let us know if you guys are as well.
And that's not us taking away from, anyone. Across the board today, it's like we said, no one looked like they shouldn't be up on stage.
Yeah, for sure.
The standard's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Slightly off topic, but talking about the Olympia, Great Britain already has 2 winners.
Absolutely incredible.
Which is fantastic.
I know. I briefly mentioned Ria on the stream this morning, but I woke up, there was the first thing I saw on Instagram was the photo of her winning, and I was like, do you know what? Like, wow. Like, I had goosebumps waking up. Like,
such a great ambassador for the sport.
100%. And, she's just like, she's such like a perfect example of someone that's just worked her way up over time. Like, this is...
because she has. She wasn't half the athlete that she is now 5 years ago.
It's absolutely crazy. And, she's done, I think, was it 7 Olympias now? And now she is Miss Olympia, which, for me, like, I woke up and I just so happy. What a great start to the day. But yeah, UK are killing it. They're absolutely amazing.
We still got potential for 2 more in Ryan, Terry, and Samson today. So it'll be very interesting to see where that goes.
I haven't actually seen like any of the like pre-judging or anything, but I'm excited.
What a song to come out to.
Yeah, to be fair, when they were asking about the music, I provided no contribution apart from, I said, please don't play the same song on repeat all day. When you go to some shows and they have the same music, like just the same 4 songs going around.
Well, some of the judges must hear these songs in their sleep.
Yeah.
For example, the PCA Pose Down.
Yeah,
Thank you, Ryan. Next up, number 69 for the United Kingdom, Spencer McKenna.
If you hear me humming or
I apologise.
I
the music.
just
wants to sing along.
Oh, get up.
You like this song, Jack? He's headbanging.
Men's Physique coming out to Papa Roach. Love it. See, for here, it's a fantastic look for Men's Physique. I'd like to see a little bit more through the chest. This is me, talking about someone that's already a very good athlete, just moving forward what I'd like to see a little bit more.
And he's just enjoying himself as well, which makes such a difference.
I think you're going to enjoy it when you're on, because he's on the money here. He knows he's winning this. A little bit more through the chest here will complete this look massively.
Yeah, but then I guess reminding he's still a junior, and that's something.
Well, I forget about that.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's got great potential to be with the Open Boys in a few years' time. Obviously, depending on how old he is.
That rounds out the stage walks for our Men's Physique juniors.
So anybody watching today, make sure, obviously today's not over by any stretch, but make sure you tune back in tomorrow, because we have a stacked lineup tomorrow. Very much excited to come back tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be great, just as good as today.
And I presume Sunday's a little bit more of a chill day for most people, so
Yeah.
I presume more
Sit,
people
have
will
your
be
roast
tuning in.
dinners or whatever if you're not bodybuilders. I haven't had a roast dinner in ages, you know. Anyway.
Yeah, but it's never. I never think to myself, oh, let's get a roast dinner.
No. Unless it's mum making it. Everyone's mum makes the
But
best.
but if I'm going to have a meal off, a roast dinner would never be my
Really?
first choice.
Yeah, fair.
You know?
Yeah, same to be fair. Oh, split decision. Interesting. 3-2. What do you reckon?
And on that closest margin, your runner-up and silver medalist today, the athlete from Ireland, Shane McCall.
Oh,
Well, I'd take it back then.
wow. Me and Jack were wrong.
Being honest with that, I'm slightly confused.
Yeah. Me too. I mean,
I'd like to have the input of some of the, any of the men's physique boys in the comment
yeah,
section.
for sure. Yeah, it's not how we both would have had it from where we're sat. But again, we've said it before, we'll say it again. It's a sport. It doesn't always go the way that people think. But I mean, yeah, I would have first and second the other way around personally.
That's not taken away from the achievement of Ryan either.
He did great.
But
yeah, I think there potentially certain shots and things like that Shea would have pipped him. But split decision, it's always tough when it's a split decision, and ultimately sometimes then it will go down to the head judge and what they're after, what they want.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Shane.
I think he was shocked as well,
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, not only the United Kingdom champion, but now the NBW International Champion, the UK's very own Ryan Parker. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the final class of section 3 of the contest.
Yeah, Ryan, quite often we don't word it like that.
No,
Say.
I don't like that terminology, Ryan.
The worst I've ever had, I think it was about 20, I believe it was COVID year, I think. 2019, I think it was. Maybe 2020. The teens were awarded and the crowd booed.
Oh no.
Yeah. Robert Brown of Scotland beat Will Chickham from Birmingham, and it was.
I love that you remember the names as well. Like
yeah, but
6
these.
years ago.
I remember Will Chickham was 40 pounds heavier. 40 pounds heavier than Ryan, than Rob, and the crowd booed.
Oh.
Granted, Will had a lot of boys supporting him that day, but it was so awkward to sit there and watch first being awarded whilst the boo. There needs to be a level of yes, it's frustrating, but there needs to be respect. Ultimately the competitor hasn't made the decision.
No, exactly.
So you need to applaud them regardless.
And do you know what? I obviously, for those of you that know me, I do judge shows as well, and sometimes even on the judging panel, I see the awards getting handed out, and I don't agree with them, but I'm just one person, and it's the same as the judging panel. There's multiple judges for a reason. And we can have our opinion, but ultimately, what matters is the opinion of the 5 people sat in front of me.
So we were correct in the fact that no junior bikini. Potentially, some of them just went into open. So we're straight into open men's.
Huge class.
Big class here. I think we're looking at probably 12. Straight away, standard is very good.
Yeah.
From the United Kingdom, Bradley Collier.
Okay, so
I'm not sure if they're bringing
they
them.
might
Are they
have
going
to
try
do
and get
2 lines.
I'm actually surprised that they haven't split these guys. I guess it's probably, it's a tough one because you either have 2 6s or you have one big class, and sometimes the splits can often separate them and dampen down quality a little bit. But these guys are going to have to fight for the first
there's
call out.
some very good athletes
really
in this.
Good.
It's
going to be a tough one.
Straight away, I believe Prince, and Prince second from the left, straight away catches the eye.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a matter of, you know, when they change into different lighting and
That's
stuff
a cool
now.
shot, that, from the back.
Gents, I hope you're ready for a battle.
Let us know if anyone's supporting any of these guys. Yeah, he is tall, isn't he, Ryan?
It's massive.
It's for everybody up to and including number 76.
Yeah. So what they'll do now, they'll split them in half like normal, have a little look, and then pull out some guys. And I imagine it's going to take them a while to judge this. They're probably going to put people back, people forward, mix them all around, shake it all about.
Do the hokey cokey and you turn around.
That's what it's all about. Let us know as well if you're supporting anyone in specific. Yeah, Prince looks great. So, I wonder how tall he is, Jack. What do you reckon?
Well, the only problem is the gentleman next to him is rather short.
I'm going to go like literally 6'6" at least.
He's
7.
he's got to be about that.
Right? Alright, initial thoughts of these guys.
The thing with the men's physique competitors, they don't necessarily have to squat, get under a hack squat, because I've noticed I'm about 2 inches shorter since I've upped my hack squat frequency to twice a week.
It's good for me, I'll fit into figure short next year. I'm like right on the cusp. I actually think that potentially the second group of guys may end up being closer to the first call out.
Gentleman in the middle.
Very nice back. Develop.
Very heavily muscled.
Yeah.
If he was a little bit tighter, that's me being very picky, because he's probably the tightest in this group.
I think he's not posing incredibly well.
Bunched down very much, crunching down too much in certain. That's better. Okay, so there's some very good athletes coming out in this.
Andreas, there's no height. It's just open, so they're all mixed heights. Yeah, so I think this is going to be closer to the first call out.
Because I know in previous shows they have split in the height classes.
Prince just looks so snatched at the waist.
Very good.
The second from the left.
You can tell you're a woman. No man would ever refer to a male's waist as snatched.
It is snatched.
Oh, he's snatched.
It is. It's like there's. I don't know why we say that, but it is. But I mean, the two on the right are great as well, and this.
I think this is probably going to be first. We'll probably shuffle one or two within this.
Yeah, but close enough to being.
I think maybe the gentleman that was in the middle of last call out might get drafted in for light blue shorts, maybe, or even far right.
Yeah, I think far right's pretty decent.
It's apple and orange as always, because you look at, say for example, far right, who has, you know, a lot more muscle potentially, but then the gentleman next to him and next again, conditioning is probably better. You know, midsections are very tight on those gentlemen.
Snatched.
Right,
coming from the men's physique
this will be very interesting now.
I think Kez was going to come, but he's left it up to me.
So we're probably saying Prince and Ishmael
Centre
will be top two. But then again, it's interesting to see them compare against some of the other better guys next to them.
See what the judges think.
First call out centre stage, now take number 82.
Yep.
To his right, centre spot please. To his right, 28.
Yeah, see, I liked him. I thought he was pretty
decent. So the gentleman on the far right before, yep. See, I think potentially Ishmael from Ghana might
I don't
because
know
he's
if
not quite as tight.
I don't know if he'll come into this call out. I think he may be able to work
Which
his
will
way
be a
up.
shame, because for me he's probably the heaviest muscled out of the group.
He's probably the heaviest as well.
Yeah. I think maybe just a little bit tighter.
Yeah, I'm not against this first call out though. I wouldn't say anybody is like far left maybe can push his way out of it posing wise. It's hard, men's physique is again it's a hard category to judge because there's a lot of different physiques up there. It's not it's not as straightforward as bodybuilding.
And also natural men's physique does slightly differ to if you went to like PCA men's physique or in the NPC. Potentially I would quite like to see Ishmael from Ghana work his way into this. I think it'd be interesting.
Who would you have out?
That's the problem though.
Yeah. He'll definitely get his chance to compare, but it's a difficult one. I think potentially
far right from like a muscularity standpoint. Don't get me wrong, conditioning wise he's on, but from like a
I think my issue at the moment far left is posing.
The posing side.
Yeah, it's really off-putting because I think
it does kill men's physique because it's all about the. See,
there
here we
go. Yeah. Be nice to see because he can easily work his way back in now. Yeah. See now, look at him comparing. Yeah, nice.
I think when you just possess that size, it's instantly going to catch their eye. Get him in the middle. Yeah, he's.
There you go. See. And he does deserve to be up there in that call out.
I think if midsection was just a little bit tighter, I think that would really separate him apart. Because even through the delts compared to like next to him, you can see the split through the front delt into the chest. Yeah, oblique area again. See.
Yeah, that's such a big part.
Because that's such a big for men's physique. That's such a killer part. Yeah. And this will probably tell a little bit from the back.
Now we'll make our mind up. I agree. I think if he can pull off a couple pounds, he'd probably be. He still looks in some shots a little soft.
Because he's a very big individual.
He is.
I think
He's
it's
got a lot
just
of
the
muscle.
conditioning side of things. That's all. But I think, centre stage Prince, I think with him being a little bit shorter, it just allows Evan to look a lot more fuller as well.
Yeah.
Muscle bellies look very full in these shots.
He's just a natural, isn't he? Like,
yes.
Some people come and they're effortless, and I think he's definitely one of these guys where.
Like if you can compare the posing to centre to far left.
Yeah.
Look how easy.
Yeah.
Look how easy it is.
He's not he's not having. He doesn't look
could
like
hold,
he's
could
working
hold that all day.
all day.
Could hold that
Yeah,
all day.
100%. Whereas you see, there you go. He's there. Top two sorted. Yeah, he could hold that all day. So for those of you on the live stream, this will be now looking at placing 3rd, 4th, 5th. So they'll get some of the guys out and make sure that they're making the right calls.
And you can tell, even gentleman that's been moved to centre now, during posings, he's like covering up his midsection. He's not. You can tell he's gassed a little bit. Granted, he has been in 2 call-outs now, but transitioning between poses, it may seem minor, but judges do pick up on stuff like that.
It's a great shot for far left. This, I think.
Midsection's great.
See, I actually, now the more the gentleman in the middle is posing, the more I think the others are coming up and potentially could take that third away from where he's currently sat.
Yeah, I think looking at the comment section, Andreas has just suggested that a lot of men's, not necessarily men's physique, but a lot of men neglect the posing, and they definitely do. I think if men put the same amount of effort into posing that the female athletes do, I think you know, I think that would be, it would make a massive difference. You know, there are plenty of very good, you know, posing coaches out there. I know Case, who was meant to be on commentary now, is a very well-established men's physique athlete in his own right, but he's a very good poser. He's a posing coach himself. There are plenty of bodybuilding posing coaches. That's something that has taken off recently, really. Like that was never really a thing.
Sure.
You know, posing coaching both within female and male bodybuilding.
Such a good business venture, that.
Yeah, but it just proves how important it is that that's actually a job now.
Yeah, do you know what? I've had this debate with Ethan at home, because he said that, you know, he would prefer someone to not do any posing and get on stage in condition with size, because ultimately you're about bodybuilding. And my argument is, what's the point in doing all of that if you can't present it? Because it goes two ways. You know, you have some bodybuilders that will focus so much on posing. You know, they won't complete their gym sets because they're going to pose, and you know, it doesn't have to be to that extent. But equally, you want to be able to show off your hard work. So I actually think, you know, it is so important, as long as it's not taken away from. Yeah,
well, it doesn't have to be done within the gym.
Literally, yeah.
Structure it in your morning routine in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. Do 2 rounds in front of the mirror when you brush your teeth or whatever.
And it's not only in terms of what it does for you on the day, but posing's hard. So if you're posing every day, you know, it is a form of expenditure. It does burn calories. And also, I quite often find it actually helps with your training in terms of your ability to connect with muscles.
100%, yeah.
So yeah, long story short, don't neglect your posing.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a shame. It's honestly, you know, you have some athletes, and sometimes, you know, you can get away with it, but a lot of the time, you know, especially with the standard now, posing is the separator between, you know, being first and being fifth. Yeah. Cool, so judges are happy, on to their routines.
We've got them on, we are good to go. So, first athlete to walk the stage forward.
We don't mind plugs, you can plug yourself.
Yeah, check your Instagram handles below. It's going to be full of men's physique posing coaches now.
Posing coaches.
What an absolute tune to come out to.
Yeah, that's so much better than the Stairmaster, isn't it? I'd rather do 10 rounds of posing than get on the stairs to nowhere.
However, I will admit, I used to always do my check-in pictures outside. And if you're doing it, because I competed all the way through till November, if you're doing your morning posing outside in November at 35% body fat,
you want to be there in 2 seconds.
Horrible.
Yeah. Take your check-in pose and come back in and do a few rounds.
Do you know what I quite like about the men's physique boys so far today? There hasn't been any excessive theatricals in terms of throwing their hands up in the air.
Yeah.
You know, because quite often it seemed to be that there was a load of additional hand gestures that didn't need to be made.
The saucepan, was it? The stirring the pot.
So much, but I think luckily we've got away from that a little bit. You know, walking out with the "I'm number one." That used to be a.
Number 74 from the United Kingdom is Jordan Allen.
I don't know why I had the impression that this gentleman Jordan was foreign, but no. Number 74 Jordan Allen from the UK. We also have number 75, Tom Allen. Oh, it's Allen and Alan. I thought, are they brothers? But no.
Also, guys, I'm very disappointed none of you have posted that lovely photo of me and Jack. So one of you can rewind later and tag us on the Insta
I'll probably
story.
do it for my own good.
Just, yeah, Jack will do it. I'm only joking. 40 degrees. Oh my god, that sounds. Where are you from? Imagine posing in 40 degrees heat. So after the men's physique class, we will then be on to very exciting overalls, which will be the first 2 overalls ever of Natural Bodybuilding Worldwide, which obviously is so exciting. If you haven't already seen, which you should have seen because you're watching the live stream, those little globes at the back are going to the 2 overall winners. There'll be an overall women's and overall men, which will after that conclude day 1 of what has been an absolutely incredible day. I'm sure you will all agree. Everything has gone exactly to plan as far as I'm aware. And yeah, I mean, great to see you all. We've had pretty much 200 of you on the live stream all day, which is phenomenal. So thank you guys so much. It's absolutely crazy. And hope you've enjoyed listening to us, watching the show, enjoyed the productions. But yeah, I know it means so much to us, and it means so much to AJ as well, for your guys' support. So thank you again. You will hear me say thank you so many times today, but I genuinely mean it.
Okay, so with the overalls later, or next, it will be just the overall for women's, but then, however, I believe it's just men's physique.
Yeah.
So you will have seen other athletes, competing in juniors, teens, classic. However, they are going into the overalls tomorrow to compete against other bodybuilders. Because obviously, sometimes in other federations they pit men's physique competitors against bodybuilders, and it's very hard to judge that. Yes, you are judging it, how well do they fit their criteria, but it's very hard to judge such different athletes. So the bodybuilders as such from today will be going into the overalls of tomorrow.
Yeah. Andreas Cyprus, that is very nice. I would love to move there. Someone's also asked, when is Classic coming? So Junior Classic has been on. Open Classic is going to be tomorrow at about 2 p.m. So it depends which Classic you're looking for.
Yeah, all of more information about in terms of timing and schedules is all on the NBW Instagram page. So they are pinned to the top. So more information about the day. I believe it's the first post.
Yeah.
So you'll find all the information on the carousel there. Back in my youth, I used to rap this word for word.
Really?
Yeah.
In the nightclubs?
I think the good thing about the setup of the show today is quite often, especially big natural bodybuilding shows, or any shows really, they get dragged out a lot towards the evening. Today we're looking at being finished by potentially 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
There have been many shows that have gone on till 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So
it's just so late then.
I can't imagine as an athlete. Fair enough, as a spectator, it's long enough as it is, but I can't imagine as an athlete competing at that time.
Yeah.
How do you peak yourself? Because quite often the classes that are on last are the biggest classes of the day.
Exactly.
And you're expected to peak an open bodybuilder at 11 o'clock at night.
Well, yeah, Ethan, when he competed one of his shows, he was on stage at 10:40 p.m. That is, and then we were competing the next day in Scotland as well. So at 10:40 p.m. on stage, drove up to Scotland, which was a 5-hour drive, and then the next day, which is, obviously it's never planned, but this has been planned to make sure that doesn't happen, which is
earlier start. Most shows you're at these days
start 1 o'clock.
12,
some of them,
1 o'clock. Then there's an hour break or whatever. This is the schedule has been planned out for the athletes. Starting at 9 is fantastic, really, because ultimately
you're awake anyway.
Especially if you're a competitive bodybuilder, you've been up at 5 o'clock for the past few months anyway, so you want to just get on.
Get it done. Go home.
Go out and get some food or whatever. Because that's another thing. I know it's minor, but as an athlete, sometimes you want to go out with,
your family
or whatever.
Yeah.
And quite often you finish a show, the only thing that's open is Mackey's.
Yeah, so, I know. Wow, great post show.
Yeah.
I remember one of my last, in 2020, after my last show, the only thing that was open was KFC drive-thru. That was it.
Did you go?
Yeah. It was so good. Honestly, I didn't really rate KFC until I went there, and then I was like, oh. I
can remember in one of my shows in 2022, one of the UKDFBA final, I believe. We'll get to this now. 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
Amy Kemp,
sorry,
3 in the morning.
Amy, that's crazy.
Yeah,
wow.
I know some of the American, like WNBF Worlds, I know that's gone on till about that time. But yeah, at the UKDFBA finals in 2022, I finished, it was quite late. We'd had a reservation in an Italian. Went to the Italian, I wasn't impressed by it at all because it was all small, like small plates.
Hate that.
So I ate a few small plates, left my parents, and then went to Five Guys afterwards. But I was the last one in there as well. They were shut in. KFC burrito used to be class, supposedly.
Oh, I've never had that. I normally just get like a sharing bucket with Ethan.
Okay, so potentially looking at the winner here, Prince. However, based on our calls in the last men's physique category, who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? But to me, this epitomises men's physique, really. You know, we've got the snatched waist, as you will, but then full muscle bellies through the chest, delts, back.
Number 83 from Ghana, please welcome Ishmael Kofi Nelson on Palomaya.
Okay, so Ishmael from Ghana here. Potentially he's worked himself out from the first call out, from the second call out into maybe, you know, top 5. It's like we said earlier, a little bit more condition I think would have skyrocketed him forward.
Yeah,
because everything's there in terms of like muscle mass.
Very big, isn't he? Like you know, I'd even say like 2 or 3 pounds, and he'd probably look a lot different.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes.
So one of the questions about the pro status, I believe there is the opportunity to win pro status, providing that the judges feel they are pro-worthy standard. But that will be completely judges' discretion. It's not a guarantee. It's, you know, if they think that they are worthy of it. And yes, if whoever wins pro cards will be eligible to do the pro shows tomorrow.
You know, so potentially we might be seeing the winner of this potentially again tomorrow. You know, which, you know, fair play if you're going to try and peak back-to-back days. You know, because I know the bodybuilder boys, you know, Will, for example, he's going to be competing again tomorrow in the overall. Yeah. So it's just another day of sticking to the diet.
Okay.
See which way the judges decided to go. Another stacked class though, like, I know we've said it so many times, but crazy.
This is your 5 place winning finalists. 5th place. 5th place, the Open Men's Physique. Went to contestant number 79, Bradley Collier.
Gives a great condition there, just maybe a little bit more muscle.
4th place was taken by 74, Jordan Allen.
So feedback for Jordan would probably just be from a posing perspective, because everyone else is there really.
The bronze medal. The bronze medal goes home to France with Barato Avina, Ravana Tassola.
Well, Lee Camp's done fantastically well to pronounce that name.
Yeah, he's done.
I'm not going to attempt that.
Wow.
Gentleman from France.
That's a cool name, that, isn't it?
It is.
And your runner-up today, silver medal goes home to Denmark with Andreas Olsen.
Okay, so we're probably looking at Ishmael from Ghana not making the top 5, which, you know, is just, if you have anything in your power, just get in great condition, because he's got so much muscle. I think, you know, if he has any more shows lined up. But, you know, fantastic win here.
Very good. And natural, and just, yeah, very good men's physique competitor. But it just shows, you know, like, you can be the biggest boy on the stage, but
Yep.
if you get out-conditioned, unfortunately, you get pushed out. And, you know, if he did come in potentially, like I said, 2 or 3 pounds more conditioned, he would have had second, in my opinion.
And he's taken home some maple syrup cream of rice.
Is that a good one?
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
All right. You know, they have loads of samples out there. You can definitely bag yourself some if you need any. Stock up.
The problem my problem with samples is they're never
They're not big enough.
They're never to my serving size. So it would be like a 30 gram whey sample, or
and then you'd need like
30 gram cream of rice sample.
Yeah.
Who's having 30 grams cream of rice?
So I'm not sure. I believe they may end up changing this a little bit. So the overall schedule to start in an hour. I can't imagine they'll take an hour break, but we'll let you know as soon as we are updated with the timings.
Yep. Okay, so Josh Law. Yes, I would agree that the natural men's physique categories are insanely high. Especially, you know, there's multiple federations doing it now as well. But across the board, the standard today has been fantastic, and I actually can't wait to see tomorrow because I know that'll shape up to be a very interesting show as well.
We have 45 minutes ahead of schedule. So it's now 2:45. We will be back in 15 minutes.
Okay, so we have the confirmation that we will be starting the overalls slightly earlier at 3 o'clock. So if you know anybody in the overalls, make sure you shoot a message. I'm sure that they've all communicated already backstage. We will make sure everyone is here, don't you worry. And we will catch you guys in... Oh, it's us again, Jack. Hello, you can see our faces again.
I always forget that that's where the camera is.
Yes,
not
that
there.
is where... Yeah, so we can see ourselves here, but the camera is there. So yeah, hope you guys are enjoying, and we will catch you in a little bit. So we will show you some highlights and get back to you in a little bit.
Trained by JP, Pumpage, the best non-stim pre-workout on the market. The goal of Pumpage is to give you a pre-workout that has flexibility. Usually, if you go for a stim pre, you can't take it at certain times of the day. Whereas with non-stim, you can take it first thing in the day, you can take it the last thing at night, and you'll still be able to sleep. Most importantly, you're driving nutrients to where they need to be during training. This is gonna give you the pump, the mind-muscle connection you need to have fantastic training with no come down and no crashes. Also, it contains Trained by JP's own cell swell matrix, which is a combination of free-form citrulline, taurine, and betaine. If you're looking for flavor recommendations on Pumpage, my go-to is orange and mango blast. So get yours today at trainedbyjp.com.
Yes guys, I'm Finn.
I'm Josh.
My name is Noah.
Hi guys, I'm Mark.
This is Natural Physique Coaching.
Take your time, get nice and wide. We wanted to bring a coaching team to the table to help people achieve the highest level results possible naturally under our guidance.
Too many people think that they have to start taking performance-enhancing drugs to achieve a high-level physique. We want to prove to you that you can do it naturally and achieve the physique that you've always dreamed of.
Okay, welcome back. So, concluding the day with two of probably the most competitive and big classes of the day. So these are the overalls, starting off with the women's. There'll be a few more numbers in this because obviously there's been quite a few women's classes today that have all gone into this. So far 4 competitors. So we have Masters Bikini, Figure,
Masters Bikini, Masters Figure, we've got the Wellness, and who is our
Bikini.
other? Yes, normal.
So as you can see here, all very good athletes now. This is the best of the best from the day.
So as Jack briefly mentioned in the other live stream, I'm not sure if this one's going in a separate section, but I'll just kind of go over it again. These are being judged based on the best fit for their respective criteria. It's not, the best on stage. It's the best for their own criteria. So they'll be judged in their individual classes. Obviously, they're all different, and yeah, it'll be exciting. They'll take them through their poses and then pick who they think. So we'll also give our input, of course.
Yeah. So the difference here is they're going to hit the poses of their categories. So you'll see that they'll be hitting different poses. For example, the wellness girl versus like the figure.
Yeah,
completely different poses,
different.
which is why they're judging them against their criteria, not against each other.
So often as well, when we're looking at an overall in any federation, you're essentially looking at, the best athlete, which will potentially be winning pro status. So when I judge them, when I look at them, I like to think, who do I think will be most competitive in that class as a pro? Honestly, for me, I think our wellness winner would be potentially even looking at winning wellness pro shows in the natural division. So she's definitely going to be up there in contention for me. I think, to be honest, I would probably put my vote there. Jack, what are your thoughts? What are your initial thoughts?
My only thoughts are that potentially, because the wellness division isn't that well established yet, so are there the numbers there? Because I get what you mean.
Yeah.
But are you judging that based on how good the figure, how good the figure pros are, whereas we're not so familiar with the wellness ones, for example?
Yeah, I guess judging based on previous wellness pros, I think she's up there. Obviously, they're swapping around now our Masters Figure and Bikini, and I think Purple Bikini is definitely also up there with some of the best that we've seen. So they've placed them both centre stage now. These two in the centre would be my top two as well.
I'd agree with that.
Reason Masters Figure for me may not take the overall is Masters Figure is a very competitive class. I think, in terms of representation of the category, there are some gaps, but the other two I think are more complete for their category. Let us know in the comments who you guys think will win, should win, want to win, who you're supporting. These are going to be the first winners of that NBW sword, which is so exciting. Absolutely crazy.
So for the judges, this is very, very hard.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder than judging like a men's bodybuilding overall, where essentially you all look at the same criteria.
Yeah.
Who's got the most muscle, who's in the best condition.
Yeah.
They're all hitting the same poses.
Very difficult. I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna stick. My overall winner is the wellness. Sophie. Come on, Jack, put your vote in.
I'm going to say Masters Bikini.
Hey, let's see. See what they think. All obviously there are all champions in their own right, which is very important. These are the champions.
Yeah, this is the icing on the cake,
yes,
really.
Exactly. Oh, look at that sword and that globe. Absolutely incredible. Wow.
Why does AJ suit that a lot with his slicked back hair?
Yeah.
With the sword.
The Viking. He's very proud of that sword. Right then, let's see, guys.
Your overall winner of day one of the Natural Bodybuilding Worldwide Classic Your overall winner is Sophie J. Henry.
Yes, wellness
okay, so wellness.
takes it. Yeah, so I think, to be honest, for me, like I said, I think she's just a perfect representation of wellness, and I think she's going to be an absolutely incredible wellness athlete to look out for in the future years. But
forget the wellness sword. She's won cookies and cream, which is up there as well.
Oh my God, Jack!
One of the best.
Oh, she's got 2 bags now. Hope she hasn't got the same flavour twice.
But no, hands down, look at that for a trophy. The sword there.
Absolutely insane.
And luckily, with her being a British athlete, she doesn't have to get on the plane with that.
Yeah, she just put it in the car, hopefully. And she has been awarded her pro status.
And pro status, yeah.
Absolutely amazing and very well deserved. I think, you know, she's absolutely incredible. Loz telling AJ that it needs to go in a certain place, of course. got to get the photo right.
They are all good enough. We'll have a photo with the winner, bear with me.
I always hate that when you don't know what to do when you're on the stage.
The one finger pointer doesn't quite suit the
suit the women.
Yeah, but the suit look.
Yeah, no, I think still a little bit. The women like to have their arms up. But yeah, so our first overall champion of the NBW show is Sophie. Very well deserved. But yeah, like Jack said, you know, they're all winners in their own right, which is absolutely amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, all 4 of these ladies now eligible for UKDFBA/DFBA Global Professional Status, if they wish.
Oh wow.
So what, they're all eligible to
be a pro? Yeah, I think so.
I don't know who started the clap. I don't know if you can hear it on the live feed.
Yeah, he started the clap.
Thank you very much. That's Sophie Jane on her own now, please. Ladies, congratulations to all of you. 4 incredible winners. 4.
So I don't know whether she's not won also a bikini.
Yeah. From Nikinis. If those of you that don't know, Nick, who you've seen presenting the trophies and would have seen presenting many trophies, is making bikinis now, and I've heard absolutely incredible things about them. She is very generous and always gives the overall winner a bikini as well. So if you are looking for someone, not just the girls, the guys as well, for trunks, for bikinis, check out Nikini. She's new, but she's part of Natural Bodybuilding, and the quality and the suits that I've seen she's made are absolutely incredible. So yeah, check her out as well.
I take it back. It's coconut, not cookies.
It's coconut. Oh, damn it!
It's an acquired taste.
This all Jack's interested about, really. Just don't fall down the stairs now, AJ.
Don't drop that, AJ.
Please.
Well, this is a little fact for you. They actually stopped selling swords or doing swords at bodybuilding shows because someone actually tripped
and fell
and somewhat, not fatally I don't believe, but somewhat impaled themselves on the sword that they won. Yeah.
Jack with all the facts. Yeah. Man of the facts. Okay, so next up we're going to go to the overall men's physique. So again, as Jack has mentioned already, this isn't the overall men's for today, it's just the men's physique. The guys that don't fit into this category will be in the overall tomorrow, so they get the chance to come back and do the men's open overall.
So we have the Masters men's physique winner, if they do it or not. Oh, so this was just the overall men's physique winner.
Our Open Division champion and our Masters winner.
Yeah. So Masters, Junior and Open.
So a very competitive overall here.
For the final time today, gentlemen, this is for the overall title.
So Prince Centre here is clearly very chilled about this. About 10 minutes ago,
he's walking around with his.
About 10 minutes ago, he was in the toilet with his son, like waiting for him to finish on the toilet.
Oh.
So you know, clearly a family man, juggling bodybuilding and childcare at the same time.
Jumping on stage in between the duties. Yeah, honestly, like I said earlier, he's such a natural.
Yeah. Look at him there. Looks effortless. Yeah.
I think for me, he's probably going to take this overall as well.
I'd agree.
I think, yeah, it'll be very well deserved. I think, you know, some people just have it, and I think he's one of those.
Please take a step to the side of the stage.
Oh wow, that was quick. One spin, and they've decided.
But that's the thing with men's physique. There's not that many poses, is there, as well? And he is very much a standout as well.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, an incredible overall lineup. This contest is everything an international contest should be.
Surprised he hasn't split that suit squatting down yet.
Is incredible. Our sponsor is Trident joining us on the stage, and they will take these prizes: the overall trophy and UKDFBA/DFBA Global Professional Status to our men's overall champion, Prince.
Yes.
Very well deserved. And hopefully we will see Prince joining the pro men's physique tomorrow. That will be really cool to see him up against some of the pros.
Straight away, I think he'd be very competitive already.
Yeah.
Joining the likes of, I know he was watching previously, Josh Croggan.
Yeah.
I know Josh is competing tomorrow. So maybe he was just watching to scout out his competition.
Yeah, I reckon so. So there we have it, our first 2 overalls of the show. What an incredible day. I hope you guys have enjoyed. We definitely have. We've had an amazing time. In terms of tomorrow, we will be back at just before 9 o'clock, just to give you a little run through before we get started with figure short. Tomorrow is going to be a stacked day, isn't it, Jack? We're just having a little look at the running order now, and it's going to be stacked. So Sunday, make sure you make no plans, because I think you're going to want this on for the whole day. Anything to add, Jack?
Just thank you very much for joining us. We've had great attendance throughout the whole day. I feel very honoured to be part of this, and I'm sure Zina, you do as well.
Yeah, 100%.
And just very much looking forward to tomorrow, because dare I say it, the numbers and how competitive tomorrow will be, it'll probably surpass what today was, even with today being such a great event as well. So yeah, please tune in tomorrow, fire through any comments tomorrow, anything, any tags on Instagram. It all helps to boost what's already been such an incredible event. So thank you very much for today, and look forward to tomorrow.
Him trying to carry everything off the stage. He's like, give me my sword then. Oh, I really hope he does come back tomorrow though. I feel like you've got to, don't you?
Yeah, I think some athletes, they want time to celebrate their win, because sometimes you turn pro and then you go straight into a pro class, which is very competitive. You might not even make top 5, and then it kind of ruins somewhat the event. But I think you do very well tomorrow. So and who knows? Tomorrow's never guaranteed. So you don't always have the opportunity to do a pro show. So definitely take it while you can.
Yeah, for sure. So we will wrap this up here. Thank you again so much. Oh, look, it's us on the screen again. Have you missed our faces? You definitely have.
I keep thinking this is a stray hair.
Jack's worried about the hair being off. But yes, we will leave the live stream here. Thank you so much for tuning in and for tagging us. Dr. Zina on Instagram, Jack Thorburn on Instagram. Make sure you get them in if you haven't already. And yeah, we'll catch you guys just before 9 o'clock tomorrow for a very full day. And thank you again.
Thank you.
Trained by JP, Pumpage, the best non-stim pre-workout on the market. The goal of Pumpage is to give you a pre-workout that has flexibility. Usually, if you go for a stim pre, you can't take it at certain times of the day. Whereas with non-stim, you can take it first thing in the day, you can take it the last thing at night, and you'll still be able to sleep. Most importantly, you're driving nutrients to where they need to be during training. This is going to give you the pump, the mind-muscle connection you need to have fantastic training with no come down and no crashes. Also, it contains Train by JP's own Cell Swell Matrix, which is a combination of free-form citrulline, taurine, and betaine. If you're looking for flavor recommendations on pumpage, my go-to is orange and mango blast. So get yours today at trainbyjp.com.
Yes guys, I'm Finn.
I'm Josh.
My name is Noah.
Hi guys, I'm Mark.
This is Natural Physique Coaching.
Take your time, get nice and wide. We wanted to bring a coaching team to the table to help people achieve the highest level results possible naturally under our guidance.
Too many people think that they have to start taking performance-enhancing drugs to achieve a high-level physique. We want to prove to you that you can do it naturally and achieve the physique that you've always dreamed of.
We are here to deliver the best coaching service, all the way from lifestyle clients to building pro-level physiques.
We're here to deliver elite level coaching and achieve life-changing results. That's the one.